I just want us to get out of here. I want us to get to a place where we can be a lot more comfortable, a lot more happier.
A lot more happier. Please. No.
Look, man, I teach the English.
A lot better, goodlier.
That's right. What's the thing? Goodly job?
Freaking goodly job.
Yeah, we had someone
Nicely job.
yesterday saying, I couldn't be there. I couldn't be in a Muslim country. Why don't you just come back and, you can stay with family. And I said, we don't have any family to stay with.
Okay.
And but they have no concept, Americans have no concept of what it means to live abroad and then try to
reintegrate yourself back into the society.
I said, we don't have rental history for the last 10 years. We don't have furnishings. We don't have...
Now, granted, there are plenty of programs out there that help people get that stuff, but initially we would have nowhere to go.
Right.
And if you're not dealing with international... If your school doesn't deal with, say, an internationally focused staff where people are coming from other places and you're used to that process inside of the United States, you're probably as ill-equipped to help even a native person, a citizen, as you are everybody else, as they are here in trying to help us.
Right.
Because you really don't know. Now, granted, we don't have to deal with any of the immigration process stuff, but you got to have a place to live.
Yeah.
You got to have a place to go. And if we move to, say, the middle of Tennessee, we wouldn't have that.
Sorry.
So.
Yeah. So and they the family member just couldn't wrap their brain around it.
That's why we have to have money, and that's why I didn't really want to lose my job.
Yeah.
Because at least it would have paid for where we are in the moment, so that we could hold on to whatever else we could hold on to. Mm. And now we're going to be hemorrhaging money, which is why we need to be selling things. NFT boy. This is why it's so important. NFT boy. Yeah, I'm way important, or else we're going to eat up any money that we have trying to stay here, and we're not going to have anything to go. Preply, I've been trying to get on there, but that shit is, for some reason, Preply is terrible about, trying to just get a student.
Oh, yeah.
I sat there yesterday, I got one thing where the limit hadn't been reached on that student, and I sent them a message as soon as I could. But
as soon as it pops up, as soon as I sat there for 3 days nonstop. I probably spent 15 hours trying to get you one student on Preply, and I would refresh it every few minutes for hours, and then as soon as a new student would pop up, I'd go and try to send them a message, and already their limit had been reached.
Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, outside of students contacting the teacher, I don't know how the teacher can really get to the student, because the limit, whatever that limit is reached so fast.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of teachers on Preply. I mean, it's into the hundreds of thousands of teachers.
I saw a thing yesterday saying that after this hybrid learning and the online learning, the teachers' stress is so high that so many are leaving the profession, and to stop shaming teachers for them leaving the profession.
Everybody's worrying about being shamed.
And that's what
Who
I was like.
Who cares about that? I don't care about that.
We don't. Why do you care if they're leaving the profession?
Why would you shame them?
Right. You don't do their
job.
You don't
shame
you don't even
firefighters.
Want to be with your kids.
You don't shame police officers.
Yeah.
You don't shame politicians. You don't shame all these other people in their jobs. Why would you shame anybody? This is what they're doing for them and their lives. I don't understand the point of shaming anybody for retirement. That doesn't make sense. We have a problem of not having enough jobs for all of the people that need a job.
Yeah.
People retiring is not a problem. Now, if that means your area doesn't have teachers, maybe you should hire us. You know, it's like I said this on Facebook. There's a teacher shortage in every place until teachers start looking for jobs.
Yeah.
And then there's all of a sudden there's no shortage at all.
And then they make it so difficult for people to get the teaching jobs.
I'm telling you, education's form of hazing is the application process. That's their way of it's the application process and like paperwork.
Yeah. And
You know,
and how much money can you spend to get what you want or what we want you to have?
Anyway, what else you got? Anything else? Nothing. That's it.
A new drag race starts on May 1st. I'm super excited about. It's Drag Race Down Under. It's going to be in Australia. I'm so excited.
Okay.
Can't wait.
Wait a minute. Did you have a book thing? We don't have a. We need a book.
Oh,
wait. Do we have a book thing?
I'm still reading the Percy Jackson series. I'm on the second book of Percy Jackson.
That's it. That's all we got going on.
I've been.
But
busy.
you're just going back to something you've already read.
Yeah, I read the Percy Jackson series in 2008.
Okay.
So
You got anything?
Revisiting.
He's falling asleep. He's been up for 10 hours now, right?
Yeah.
What time did you get up?
5:30.
That's
What time did you go to bed?
2:30.
Why?
Because I took a nap.
Oh.
You
I
took a
wasn't
longer nap than normal because you didn't get up until almost 10.
Gotcha.
Because the previous day.
Oh! We didn't. I wait a
went to
minute.
bed at,
That's supposed to be on here.
the previous day I got up
not
at
on
6
here.
and went to bed at 2.
Mortal Kombat 2021. What are your thoughts? No spoilers.
It's alright.
Did you see the first one?
No.
I've
seen it. It was a really long time ago. I remember.
So maybe you should watch it
scenes from it.
and compare.
Yeah, I remember in the first one, I remember Scorpion throwing the thing at Johnny Cage. I remember that fight, and I think him fighting Goro.
Okay. Yeah, you should definitely check this one out.
Yeah, I've seen the old Mortal Kombat so many times. I don't need to watch it again. I'm watching it right now.
I don't remember the old one. I remember the characters. I remember the look of it, but I really don't remember all the other stuff. I remember that what's his name? Highlander's in it. But the Highlander plays the guy with the glowy eyes.
Raiden.
That guy.
Which Highlander?
The Highlander.
The one from the TV show or the movie?
The movie. Nobody talks about the guy from the TV show. At least I'm never going to.
Who was the guy?
It's the movie that's important for Highlander, not the TV shows. You watch the TV show, you'll see what I mean. Watch the first movie and then watch the TV show, and you'll be like, yeah, this is some bullshit. I ain't watching that. That's kind of what I did when it came out. I didn't watch it. Even though the story does move along a little bit better in the TV show.
The only Mortal Kombat game
Christopher Lambert?
Yeah.
I've played all of the story is 10, which is arguably the best one.
Is that the last one? Or is there 11?
11 is the...
11's not as good as 10?
11 is sad.
Okay, but is it as good
No. It's
as
not.
a game?
No.
It's not. Okay. Alright. That's all I have for the Mortal Kombat. It is the R-rated version that I've always wanted. That's for sure.
Yeah. Because Mortal Kombat can't be PG-13.
It should only be R-rated, so it did exactly what it should have done.
I mean...
Story-wise, I don't even know if there is one, but
yeah,
all the other stuff, hell yeah, I'm there for it.
Yeah, it seemed like I couldn't recount the story for you.
Right, there's no real story to recount.
Yeah, but
there's no real...
The references in it, the way they did the moves and stuff, because a lot of the fights, they have the moves from the characters, their specific things, and their fatalities, of course. So, That was the important bit in the effects, but other than that, I don't know what the hell they were talking about.
I'm telling you, there was no reason for story.
No.
Just let's go from one fight to the next.
They kind of did that. There were a couple.
Yeah, a little bit of
minutes
a couple minutes of comedic relief, and then let's get back into it. Let's fight something.
Yeah.
All right, that's all we got. That's all you got.
Watch the new David Attenborough thing on the Netflix. It's really cool.
What is it?
I think it's called Life in Color.
That's new? I thought that was old.
No. It's brand new. Just hit yesterday.
Oh, you watched a new thing.
I watched a new thing.
You watched Raya.
I did watch Raya.
What'd you think?
Actually, I watched a bunch of things. I had one day where I watched like 3 different movies that I hadn't seen. But like Raya was the only one I remember.
Well, what'd you think?
It's okay. Everybody's happy in the end. It's Disney.
I want to make a movie where it just sucks at the end.
Well,
there is no resolution.
But see, it should if you're write the movie or write the story that is in 3 parts, and the end of the first part can be everything is still bad. There is nothing resolved.
I want to write a movie where the only no one's happy at the end, but the resolution is the evil is defeated, but all along the way you lost everything.
Yeah, but then.
So there is no happy ending. Just the world doesn't.
But if the thing is defeated, that's the happy ending.
That's not happy then. Because
well, I mean, okay. Let's say
everything you cared about.
Let me lay this out here because I have a movie that just popped in my head. So you have the evil. You have to destroy the evil. The evil is destroyed, and the hero is dead too. Now,
Elysium.
Isn't that what you're talking about? Essentially. The hero does not go on. There is no riding off into the sunset.
Endgame.
No. Endgame doesn't have that. There isn't one hero in Endgame. That's the whole idea of the Avengers. There isn't just one of them.
But some of them are dead and they don't grow up.
Who's the some? Some are dead. Who's the some?
Scarlet. Gamora.
Who?
Tony.
Well, Gamora was already dead.
Two are dead.
No, she's right.
At the end of Endgame, 2 are dead. Because technically Gamora is still alive.
Right.
What? No.
Yes.
She is still alive. She fights.
Remember, she doesn't take any of Star-Lord's advances because at that point she hasn't started falling in love with him yet. She's younger.
Oh, that's right.
So Gamora is actually still alive, but she's from an alternate timeline.
Which means Scarlet Johansson, Black Widow, she could be too.
Yeah, you guys called her Scarlet, which is hilarious. We're not talking about Scarlet Witch. No. They're actually talking about Scarlett Johansson.
Who's Black Widow?
Black Widow's my favorite character.
Did we talk about the Falcon and Winter Soldier thing? It ended. We haven't talked about it. Do we have to take a moment?
I like the suit.
Do we need to take a moment?
The suit is cool.
Let's take a moment.
I like the wings.
Spoilers. Turn on the spoiler light. We don't really have a spoiler light.
You could make one.
Make a light?
Or you could take a
Filmora. You could take a Filmora thing.
Just flash it up there.
See if there's a spoiler thing that we can throw in the video.
You could type spoiler as a thing and then
make it flash.
Yeah.
Spoiler lights on. All right.
You could even track it. Have you tried any of the tracking?
I have not tried.
It's super easy.
Actually, I think I did try it, but I haven't put it in anything yet.
It's super.
But we don't. There's nothing really to track though.
Yeah, you could track something right here.
That's what I'm saying. There's really nothing. Oh, I know what I did. I tried to track Keegan walking from back there and walking into her room, and I was tracking, but she got behind you and her whole body disappeared behind you, and then all of a sudden the tracking couldn't keep going.
It does
but
like that.
Yeah, so I did some playing around with the tracking. I haven't used it yet.
I used it a couple times to slap text next to like demons in Doom to make.
Yeah, but see, therein lies lots of movement. We don't really have any movement where we're sitting here, so it's like
we could make lots of movement.
Like what though? What would be moving? Okay, this is
bust some moves or something.
You're gonna bust a move.
I'm a great dancer.
Oh God. I was joking. She thinks this is for real.
I'm just gonna sit real still.
So she doesn't see you.
Right.
I'm not a T-Rex.
You got the arms for it.
And the eyesight.
Hey!
Not the sense of smell, though. All right, so what do y'all think about the Falcon Winter Soldier? It has ended. We have a power broker, we think. We have a Val.
I'm digging Val.
I don't know.
I'm digging Val
We
so
have
far.
a U.S. agent.
He should have a bullet to the brain.
We have a Captain America.
I'm digging that.
We have a Bucky.
Still.
I want to see what's gonna happen with Bucky and Sarah.
We got a White Wolf.
I got a Bucky.
You know what's funny? Somebody had said, I think on New Rockstars, that Bucky needs to marry Sarah so that then he has to be at all of the holiday celebrations and stuff, and he's just always there at the house, which would be really, really funny. But no. Bucky needs to get with, and I think this has already happened, just so you know. What's her name from the Dora Milaje?
Oh, the one
Not
that.
Sam's sister.
I can't think of her name now. The one that has the beads and berates him.
That has the passwords.
Her name is Olay or something.
Is it?
Like that.
Yeah, it's. I can't remember the name. I can't remember her name. But that her.
Like that.
I think they were.
Was she suspended him from Wakanda?
Well, she just told him to stay away for a while.
Yeah,
She didn't
suspension.
suspend. She didn't really suspend. She didn't do anything. She just was like, it would probably be better if you hang back. But only somebody who only someone who cared about you would give you that information. So that's why I think
And they took his request to help Sam
to make the suit
without any questions.
and to take Zemo.
I don't know why they don't just kill Zemo.
What? Because nobody dies in the MCU.
I know, but why did Tony die?
They don't ever kill off the bad people. Even though Batroc died. Spoiler alert, he's still on.
Did he?
Batroc died. Oh yeah, he was shot. What's her name? Killed him.
What do you mean bad? The main antagonist of the show died.
Who's the main antagonist of the show?
The girl.
But she's not even a character in the comic books.
But she's still
not
the
even
main
a thing.
antagonist of the show.
Being an antagonist doesn't mean you can't die. It's just most of the important people don't die. She was just the antagonist of this show. She's not the antagonist of the MCU. See. Just like what's his name? Thanos is dead eventually, but he's already done what he's going to do.
Yeah.
At that point, what's the point? Chopping his head off then doesn't even matter. You should have got it right the first goddamn time, Thor.
Right, and he came back anyway.
Shit.
I'm always on the side of the anti-heroes.
So you're
I'm Venom versus Spider-Man on this one.
So you're what's the agent guy?
U.S. agent.
You're on his side?
Kill those who have done wrong, yeah.
But what are you saying?
But
I don't understand your question.
But he was the one who caused a lot of the problems.
Not just the way he did it. He
didn't cause the problem.
Yes, he did too.
No, he did
He's
not.
the reason his friend got killed.
How?
It's his fault. He wasn't supposed to be there.
Oh, okay. Now, if you wait, you can't use he wasn't supposed to be there when nobody was supposed to be there.
His ego got in the way.
But if Sam
of Sam talking to Carly in the first place, and his ego got in the way again and caused his friend.
But if you use that logic, Star-Lord is the reason why everybody got snapped out of existence.
Okay. But you're telling me that you're behind that jackass?
No, I don't think you're getting it.
I don't think it works because if Sam and Bucky weren't there, then John wouldn't have been there.
Right.
Because he
was following them.
And they weren't supposed to be there.
But they listen. He was trying to control them.
I just think you didn't like him.
I don't like him. He needs a couple 55 bullets to his brain.
So saying this is her absolute dislike of this.
I have not liked him since the first sight of his face.
But his dad is ego.
I don't give a shit.
His dad is ego. You can't
really. His actual father?
Oh God, did you recognize his name? His last name is Russell. Yes, that's his dad. His real dad.
And I don't like him. I've never
escaped from New York and everything.
The minute he came on the screen, I was like, ooh, I don't like him.
Why are you hating on him? He looked like a young Kurt Russell.
No, he didn't.
Well, yes, he does.
No, I've seen the pictures side by side.
Yeah, they look just alike.
No.
Yes, they do.
And that mask, ugh, no. But when he had the helmet on, the Captain America helmet, it just made him look all sinister and ugh. I didn't like him. I don't like him.
She didn't like him from the first moment he showed up on the show.
Literally, the minute he came on the screen, I was like, I don't like this guy.
I didn't like him because he was simply Captain America and it wasn't Steve.
No, that had
That's
nothing.
literally the only reason. Like him looking as a person.
There could only have been 3 characters that could be Captain America based on what has happened prior to this show happening. It was Steve, Bucky, or Falcon. That's it. There's nobody else that could be allowed to be Captain America. You would accept Bucky as Captain America.
Yep.
You would accept Sam as Uncle Sam as Captain America. You would accept Steve as Captain America. But this dude,
you don't really
that
accept
douche
anybody
canoe.
else. Huh? You don't really accept anybody else.
Right.
I don't know that is true. Like, it's just.
Who else would you accept?
If Hawkeye went and picked up the shield and said, "I'm Captain America," nobody would accept. Everybody would be like, "Man, put that thing down."
But Hawkeye wouldn't do that either. That's just not his.
That's not the point.
But somebody else does though, and I want to say it was Hawkeye. There is somebody else who.
The shield is like Mjolnir. Everybody picks it up at some point.
Look, man. Everybody can't pick up Mew Mew.
Well, I think everybody does at some point. I mean, friggin' Deadpool grabs it.
But Deadpool
Spider-Man grabs it.
Spider-Man shouldn't be able to pick up Mew Mew. That's the best line.
Is she gonna be in any more shows?
I hope so.
You would think she would be. Because you got Thor: Love and Thunder.
Well, that's a movie.
You got Thor: Love and Thunder.
But she's.
Why do you think you're gonna? I mean, what other show would she be in?
I don't know.
Whatever Monica's gonna be in, she should be in.
But she also, there's Secret Invasion's coming, so they could both end up in that. You've got Loki's thing. She could definitely end up there.
Oh,
somewhere.
absolutely.
Because Loki could end up anywhere, which means that any person could end up around
tied
him.
to Thor,
and
Loki's tied to Thor.
Right. So there's all that, but where anybody ends up, I think what they're doing is they're setting up a world where anybody can show up anywhere. I mean, we could have seen Nick Fury in Wanda. We could have seen. We can see anybody anywhere. They're all there.
Didn't you say Monica was attached to the Fantastic Four somehow? Like she knows Reed, and they're doing the space stuff. Isn't that what you said? And that's how she might have gotten her powers in the Fantastic Four. Like
the idea. Well, I think this was a theory about how was her chemistry changed to be able to get super powered,
her photon,
and how she could go through she goes in this, we're talking about WandaVision. She goes through the barrier and then she gets thrown back through the barrier.
She goes through the hex.
The hex.
Well, it's a barrier.
It's the hex.
Okay, it's still a barrier. So she goes through it one time. And the question then becomes, does that mean that did her body chemistry change a lot after that first time? Then she gets thrown back out of it again. So that's 2 times. After the second time, we now see that her body chemistry has been changed.
Yep.
Yes.
Now, was it that thing or was something else that happened prior to the blip?
Right.
And the prior to the blip could have been hanging out with Reed Richards, and whatever happened to them to create the Fantastic Four happened to her because she was there too. Because remember, they say they had astronauts, they had people going into space, and they've all stopped. They've all given up that thing, and then they gave up the program. She could have been part of that program, so that's the thing. And something happened between her and Captain Marvel and her mother, and she's not talking about it. So then there's this whole What were you exposed to? Maybe you were exposed to something that allowed for then the photon powers to come out.
I think it's more probable that something happened before the snap because she seemed way too calm, like, I know.
Yeah.
And when Darcy came back and was like, everything is changed, she was like, yeah, okay, anyway.
Yeah, and then she moves on.
You don't just move on from that. Anybody else would have been like, what the hell happened to me?
Right. And then when she was like, we're going to test you again, she was like, yep, no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So I guess when we look at...
And why did she know she could go through the hex? That's another thing. Because they were like, yeah, we got this big freaking armored truck that's supposed to survive on Mars, and we're going to drive it through this thing. It couldn't get through. But she can walk through it.
But see, I think that's the problem. I think that was a problem of mass and speed. They tried to run into it, and they basically hit it like hitting water at a high velocity. It became like a wall. Whereas she moved through it, and I have a feeling some of it moved through her. And that's what separated her and everything, and then she just kept pushing through it. And then, so something about her chemistry or her physical properties allowed for that passage. Now, it could have been the fact that she's been through it twice already.
Yeah, I think there's still another...
Because the third time, she walks through it.
Yeah.
But with a lot of effort.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I have one more.
Captain Winter Soldier. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Keegan expressed this, I think, in episode 3 of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
The Captain and the Winter Soldier.
The Falcon, before he was Captain.
Captain America.
But Walker's wife. Why did they keep having this woman standing by his side, not saying a word? Keegan said, and I was thinking it, but she articulated it the best. What the hell is she doing there? Why is she there? What's her role?
Moral support.
Yeah.
Meh.
I would think that's
support.
I would think that's probably what it is moral support. You got to remember, he's part of the military. What do military wives usually do? They're right there. I think that's what they were showing was just the support, the perceived support network. She's the only one outside of his friend that could talk to him, that could relate to him on any level outside of being in the military, outside of being the super special guy that he was in the military. I think that's the only thing I could see. Like, she's the only one that could talk him down outside of his friend that was killed, which I can't remember his name of. Lamar. Yeah, he could do it, but he could do it in the battle, on the battlefield. So you have two sides. You have one person of color that can talk down the white dude in the field, and you have another person of color that can talk down the white dude at home.
But the people of color are the ones that get killed off first.
Right.
Thanks, Disney, for keeping that one going.
Well, you knew it was coming.
You kill off the black girl. You kill off the black guy. You kill off all... Carly?
Carly? She's black. She's the black girl? I thought she was the red-headed, freckled girl.
Yeah.
She's...
I don't know where she's...
biracial.
I don't know
where... see that?
No, I don't know.
You've got two
I don't assume anything.
I am biracial. I thought she was just a redhead freckled.
See?
What?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't try to assess her physical characteristics and say, oh, she's such and such. I just didn't do it. I had no reason to do it. Because isn't she Irish?
No.
Where is she from?
Her accent is British.
British? Okay, there you go.
In the show, at least. That could be put on.
It could be. So, I mean,
you can never tell.
I thought she was just, because, I just didn't.
Like the woman who played Sonya Blade in this Mortal Kombat movie, 100% Australian. Because her accent comes through her trying to do her American accent. A couple words in there is like, you're Australian. I hear it.
You freaking Aussie.
I hear it. And I don't think the guy that plays Kano is Australian either.
Oh God, why didn't they just get an Australian guy then?
I don't know, but it doesn't sound like there are some words
and an
that
American
don't
woman.
Sound, yeah, there are some words that don't sound right.
Karen,
That's
what's
not
the
how to
verdict?
say it.
I'm looking now.
You looked on the Wikipedia?
She's mixed race and happy to play characters who have her heritage.
Well, okay, mixed race.
It doesn't
You gotta
say-
tell us what the mixture
It doesn't
is.
say on her
What's
Wikipedia.
in the soup?
It doesn't say on her Wikipedia.
Well, it doesn't say where her mother's from, where her father's from?
It just says personal life and early life. She's from Nottingham.
Huh.
Or
Yeah.
Stratfordshire.
Okay. Yeah, whatever. I
Oh,
never,
yeah.
I guess I didn't really see her as putting out any, like, I didn't see her as a character that necessarily was holding on to any ethnicity as it being
Regardless-
important
okay.
in a show where ethnicity is absolutely
Right.
important. It never, like, you've got a white dude called the White Wolf. You've got the Dora Milaje. They're from Africa. You've got Sam, American black dude. You've got, what's his name? The Altoids killer. You've got
The Altoids
You've got
killer.
him being, the first, essentially the super soldier program. He's the
Isaiah.
only one that survives. You've got his son Elijah or his grandson Elijah. You've got people who fit these boxes. She seemed, and I think maybe this kind of helps with the idea of the Flag Smashers, or at least her as the head of the Flag Smashers, is that she wasn't in any box.
She was everywhere.
Right.
But I mean, I didn't attach any ethnicity or race to her. I just looked at her as being a person of the world, and that was it. It did not have an American accent.
The point.
Right, I think that was the point. It helped her character
right,
that way.
to enhance.
So I never saw her as anything. Like, I never looked at her and said, she is blah, blah, blah. Like we used to do all the time. She got some Negro in her. I just never even thought about it. It never mattered. Because for her character, it never mattered.
Yeah. Just like the dude who's always next to her.
Right. He's Asian.
But
I don't know.
But he's got a British accent.
Yeah,
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I think he did.
The dude with the long hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
That gets blown up at the end. Spoiler. Yeah. Watch out for those butlers.
Yeah, I know. Watch out for...
Beware of the butler.
For Alfred.
All right, are we done?
Yeah.
You finished?
Yes.
If you want to find the traveling Farrs, you can find the traveling Farrs. You can find us at the YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, iTunes, Spotify, or any of those places where our awesome podcasts are sold for free. At the Traveling Farrs. If you like the Instagram or the Twitters, you can find the Traveling Farrs and the Luna Wolf 66 and the Scorpio Queen and the Professor Raptor 25, as well, of course, the A-Train photo, because you're already following me, aren't you? You can find the Traveling Farrs at Traveling Farrs. And the email, travelingfars@gmail.com, where the mommy will definitely be responding to you now, in between trying to find us another place to go to and jobs. And of course, you gotta check out the blog space. I'm gonna be posting there and throwing shit out there. Maybe even vlogging.
You ain't gonna vlog.
Look, man, my picture of the day today is Gimbal 1.
You ain't gonna... What you gonna vlog?
I'm gonna talk shit.
About what?
Everything.
Oh, God.
Everything.
You're just gonna give your opinion and let people fight
Well,
over
I mean,
it?
don't you know I always just give my opinion? I solve no problems. All I do is make people angry.
Yeah, you just stir the pot.
I'm the catalyst, man. Ever since I learned that word, I've loved that word. I am the drop. Bloop. That causes all the other mashugana.
That's a great word. I love that word.
Love that word.
Don't forget to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/thetravelingfars. We're gonna bring some stuff to you. I got some stuff that I'm gonna.
And there might be a new tier. I'm gonna start building the tiers.
I'm thinking we gotta do something with music, cause I'm
Okay.
I'm noodling around a lot with the music.
You're noodling.
Yeah.
Don't be noodling.
I just come up with stuff and I don't really know what to do with it.
It's a jingle then.
Yeah.
Remember, it doesn't have to be a completed song. It can be a jingle. It can be a beat. It can be sold.
I'm only doing like 8 bars. So.
Yes, but it can be sold. I mean, you gotta remember we're talking about. I saw on Filmstock, it was a computerized kind of ding, and it was like bang, $2.50. That's how much it cost if you wanted to buy it. So yeah, you can. 8 bars is great. 8 bars can be a whole damn song. 8 bars could be behind us. You know what I'm saying? So
I think 8 bars is behind the game chat.
So.
And you can find us on GoFundMe, the Traveling Bars. You can also find us on Cash App, $ Traveling Bars. You can check out the Facebook and find both links.
She's all over the Facebook.
It's part of my job.
Karen is the Facebook maven. She's all over it. So, you want to say something? Throw it on the Facebook.
You have questions?
Put it on the Instagram.
Suggestions?
Hit us up on Twitter.
Job
We're there
leads.
for you. What country should we go to?
Whichever one lets us in at this point.
Yeah, that's a problem. All right. That's it. That's all I got.
Have a great day.
Say goodbye to the people. Say goodbye to the people.
Bye, people.
Peace.